welcome into another episode of the Movie Geek Podcast. I'm your host, George T., and this is a Bryce Dallas Howard edition of the Movie Geek Podcast. Yes, I do like Bryce Dallas Howard and her doppelganger, Jessica Chastain. Both come on the show. Anyway, I've never met Jessica, but I did meet Bryce in Fan Expo Boston. If you did not get to see that short, go back and like it, comment, or share it somewhere. Let's see if we can't get her on the show. I know, very ambitious, shooting a shot that probably will never get made. But, I mean, who would have thought I've been doing this now almost a year and a half? Or even doing one in general. So, I do hope that you are liking. I hope you have subscribed. If you haven't already, just hit the button. Uh, help me out here. Hit that subscribe button. Even if this is background noise for you, every little bit helps. So we're going to talk about Deep Cover, and we're going to talk about Pets, which is the documentary that she worked on for Disney Plus. And then we will go over some top films and some not good films that she's been in. All right. So let's look at Pets. So this was a documentary that she worked on for Disney Plus. It was a passion project for her. It was basically a story of all these people and their pets. What their bonds were, and adults bonding with their pets, the kids bonding with their pets, and asking all the questions, what happens, when your pet gets sick, you're worrying and so on. It was just so very cute, especially the kids with the answers. And, kids do say a lot of crazy stuff. As a parent, I know that all too well. George still says some crazy shit. So again, it's one of those things where you're like, you know, Austin, yet he's getting close to saying more words, but obviously his time will come, talking crazy and stuff. But it is a good family documentary about how pets basically are your family, and it is very heartwarming. There is some odd pets in this video, but documentary. But again, uh, people always have exotic stuff. Um, I'm a cat person. I am not a dog person. Hopefully that isn't a bad thing for you guys. Hit that subscribe button. Just do it anyway. Or hit the like button and subscribe. So, but basically, it's like an hour long documentary. It is on Disney Plus. Go and watch it. It's very, very cute. So, okay. Now we get to Deep Cover. And this was an Amazon Prime film. Uh, she stars, Orlando Bloom is also starring in this well. Sean Bean, Ian McShane, Nick Mohammed, uh, and Sonia Mazzoni. So this movie is crazy, and I wasn't sure at the beginning how this was going to work out. I really didn't. Like, the concept of it was just a little funky. I'm going to talk about it real quick here. So it's an improv teacher played by Bryce Dallas Howard. She is trying to teach people comedy, also trying to get gigs. Uh, she's down on her luck, because she's not getting acting gigs, but a couple of her performers are. So it's like she's, struggling. Orlando Bloom plays a struggling actor in Hollywood. Gee, what a shock. And so he is auditioning for commercials and stuff because he's just not getting regular work because he is a over actor in this film, and we'll get into all that. Nick Mohammed is just he steals the movie. I think he really does because he is so awkward, but it's just his timing on his awkwardness is just what makes this film. He plays a guy who's in the um, business field. He just feels out of place because he doesn't have any friends inside the work building. But when he tries to talk to them, he just it falls flat. He doesn't know what to talk about. He doesn't know how to carry a conversation. So he winds up going to this class to try and find his inner voice. Um, so Sean Bean comes in. He is a undercover police officer, and he asks the three of them who are staying behind to impersonate dangerous criminals. So at first I'm like, ugh, this could be this could be bad. Like it's just kind of weird that a undercover cop would want three improv actors to play dangerous cops, dangerous criminals. You know what I mean? Like right away, you're like, okay, how is this going to be funny, or is this going to be dumb? And then the first interaction with one of the drug lords, played by Patty Consteline. Again, you know me and my bad pronunciation of names. So um, so the three of them go in and try to get his uh, business to buy drugs from or help sell drugs. And Orlando Bloom is deep in character, and he is playing a tough guy. And obviously, um, Bryce's character is kind of the straight one, and then Nick's character is he's just so funny because he tries to talk and it just kills the mood. And they're all like, he's got to be a cop, and he's like, no, we're not cops. And Orlando's like, I've killed a whole lot of people, this, that, and the other. And just the three of them kind of interacting starts to make the movie fun. Then we've got um, another drug lord coming in, uh, you know, trying to muscle in, and Orlando's character again decides to step to him and says, this is our coke. We're selling it to him, blah blah blah. Even though they were trying to buy it off of him. So um, he gets the Albanians, as they call them, to leave, and so uh, the drug lord brings them together, and they're in. As we get a little bit further in, we find out that Sean Bean's character is a dirty cop, and he is looking for something specific. He's not looking to take them down. He's looking for something specific. And eventually he's killed by one of Ian McShane's assassins. And again, just the premise of this alone is just kind of silly, but again, the three of them make it work. So there is an instance where the three of them have to go and collect money from one of um, the drug lord's uh, clientele. He's late on some payments. So the three of them go. Uh, Omid Delisha plays um, the Iceman, as they call him. And he's like, "Oh, I don't have your money right now. Oh, actually, I do have money. Let me get it." And, you know, Bloom's ready to kind of uh, make him kind of talk for it and stuff. He's got an iron in his hand. Nick's character grabs a bottle and tries to break it, and he can't. And he's trying to break it over and over and over again, and finally it breaks. And then he's like, "Oh my god!" Again, it's just there's so many laughs between the three of them. And again, I wasn't sure how I was gonna like this movie, and I pretty much enjoyed this movie. They're so they are chasing him out of his apartment, and he winds up getting run over by a car, and he's dead. So they're able to grab the money, but now they're becoming wanted criminals. So they're trying to work for a crooked cop, but now they're being also hunted by the real cops. So again, there's just a lot in there where who can you trust at this point and so on. Ian McShane is like the head of all. He's the kingpin. Uh, Patty's Patty works for him, and obviously the three of them work for Patty. So you've got all that dynamic, and then eventually they're found out that they are actually um, the moles, and he they are obviously going to be banished and sent to die. But Patty has a second thought. He doesn't want to be in the business anymore. He wants out. So the three of them help him escape the life and also bring down Ian McShane's whole operation at the same time. And there is so many different funny exchanges. There is a scene where Bryce's character is supposed to be um, a bridesmaid for her best friend's wedding, but she is drunk out of her mind after going with Patty and the group, and she's trying to get the bridesmaids away, her cover isn't blown, and so they all kind of just run away. And later on in the film, when she's trying to help Patty get out and trying to, trap Ian Chain, she goes to her friend's house because she was invited, and there is a um, an intervention. Her parents are on a Zoom, and all of her friends are in the house. The only reason why she went to the house in the first place was because she knew the party was over, but she needed the car from her friend. And Orlando Bloom came over. He winds up stealing the keys, and uh, they take off. And then, again, just craziness exchange. There is a funny scene where um, Orlando Bloom's character uh, is threatening two really large, hitmen, and then all of a sudden, in the background, in this little store that they're in, uh, his pizza ad comes up, and so he gets into a fight, but then he gets pretty much choked out. There's just so many comedic um, timing things that happen in this film. and Ashley came downstairs. She wasn't watching it originally, but she found it funny. She doesn't find that kind of humor very funny often, so if she was laughing, I definitely would give this definitely a thumbs up, and you should probably see it. Obviously, it's free. It's on Amazon Prime. It is a lot better than I had originally thought it was going to be. But again, I was watching it for Bryce Dallas Howard. Um, but Nick Mohammed's character really kind of steals the show, and then of course Orlando Bloom overacting is funny to me at times. So, and then I was like, Ian McShane playing a bad guy here. Just saw him in Ballerina. John Wick. Uh, he did well. He did play a bad guy in Pirates of the Caribbean. Um, he played Blackbeard. So yeah, he's played some bad guys. But just watching him in the John Wick world and then watching him in this, it is completely different. And he is actually funny in this film as well. So if you have watched the film, go ahead and let me know what you thought of this. I will give this a good thumbs up. Not quite two thumbs up, mainly because um, again, the premise is kind of lame and whatnot, but um, all all the actors did a really good job with the film, and it is what it is, and definitely worth a watch. So, all right. So now we've got to break down Bryce Dallas Howard movies. All right. And I know I am a big fan and whatnot, but you know what? You're going to have to sit through it, or you can skip through it, whatever. Um, Let me go ahead and just tell you um, some of the films that I personally didn't like her in. Um, The Village, M. Night Shyamalan movie. She plays the blind girl who winds up trying to go get help and winds up doing it. Uh, I didn't I didn't understand the um, I didn't understand the premise of sending a blind girl out there, and I just don't think it worked for her. So, but I would, if she came on, I would love to know what that experience was like. Another one, Spider-Man 3. And George loves the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. I was not a big fan of Spider-Man 3. You have Bryce Dallas Howard playing Gwen Stacy, and you can't make her smart. You had to make her dumb. Like I didn't understand it because now we've seen Gwen from the Amazing Spider-Man, where she is a brilliant mind, but we decided to do that with Bryce Dallas Howard. Lame, just lame. So, um, so I do like Deep Cover. I think that one is really good. Um, she's worked also in the um, Star Wars universe with the Mandalorian, and directing and writing some of that stuff. She's still going to be working on uh, that stuff in the future. So, I'll look for more good stuff from her. So, uh, Lady in the Water was actually pretty good. That was another M. Night Shyamalan movie. Uh, I really did like that one. Pete's Dragon. I know you're like, what? Pete's Dragon? Yes, Pete's Dragon. I do know that she was in Parenthood. She wasn't in it very long. Um, this was an amazingly funny movie back in the day. Uh, and she was also featured a little bit in Apollo 13. I did love The Help as well. So, and 50, I don't know. People liked her in Jurassic World. I don't know. Like, she was okay in them, but it is what it is. And now Scarlett Johansson is taking over for um, the Rebirth movie, which is coming out July 2nd. So happy Memorial Day weekend. 4th of July weekend. So that is all for this one. I do wish eventually that I could get her on here. Maybe, not this year, maybe down the line. Maybe she comes to another Comic Con. Maybe, filter through there, I guess. I did do some reels on Instagram, but tagging her, I guess, didn't work. So, it is what it is. Again, I am very small podcasts, just starting. So, need you guys to subscribe and like. And again, I think you'll like Deep Cover. I know you'll love pets if you are a pet lover. It's just sweet, and it is heartwarming. I, as a cat person, have lost many a cats along the way. I have Jasper, the little black demon, right now, and George has a black demon of his own at his mother's house, Diablo. They are basically somewhat twins, the way they act and so on. But that is black cats for you. So, all right. With that being said, look for some more reviews on some movies. I know Netflix, Hulu, Peacock have got some good stuff. Also, Max has got some good stuff. And, we'll see. Wes Anderson one as well. Comic-Con one. Jeez, I'm maybe just going to do it and just get it over with. And then probably just shoot shots. It is what it is. Let's get some exposure for this thing, because I'm having a lot of fun with this. So, with that being said, y'all, thanks for watching and listening, and I will see you all at the movies.
You like that, baby? Let him know where I came from, yeah!
See you next time. Bye.
Waiting for you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye. Goodbye. Hasta la vista, baby.
That's all, folks.